So two things really kind of motivated us to create Cosmic Crate. The first thing was that current software out there, all of the software options did some of the things we needed and not all of the things. And even with some of the things being able to be covered, the software was way too expensive. And so first and foremost, we needed something for small and medium businesses that really made sense for them and not for all of the major companies that were charging exuberant amounts for their tech. But the second thing, and the more important thing, is when you think about all of the small and medium businesses, all of the founders, all of the people who are scrapping together and trying to figure out this thing, they're operating in this uncertainty all the time. There's so many questions that they have where the answer is, I don't know. And so, every day they're waking up and they're doing hand-to-hand combat with trying to figure out things around inventory, things around, customers and their data and what is working, what isn't working. And even if they have to deliver, how to deliver to their customers in a way that just made sense. And so, it really was this is a love letter for all of those small and medium business owners and leaders who just want to be able to stop saying, I don't know, when it comes to inventory, when it comes to customers, and when it comes to delivery. What I noticed early on was there was no universal language. There was no universal metric. There was no universal thing that connected everybody. And so when you think about, some people who might work in food organizations or logistics organizations or warehousing, everyone is using some type of technology, but nothing is talking to each other. Not only internally, but externally. And so now what we have is, those dollars that we're spending to better our business, we're spending them with solutions that only solve part of the problem. I kept seeing it over and over again. Here's this piece of software, but it does not solve the inventory problem. Here's this piece of software, but it does not connect to our customer data. Here's this piece of software, but it does not help us with organizing routes and getting them dispatched and making sure that we can do it in a way that is replicable and scalable. I just kept seeing it. And so it's really about what can we make that can be a universal solution for every user, even though it's made in a modular way. So if they only want to use delivery, if they only want to use inventory, if they only want to use the CRM, that's fine. But that can, as they build and get better, that piece of software and technology can build and get better with them. So a lot of times I say, no more, we say no more I don't knows, right? But what does that mean? It's simple. If you're a business leader out there, wake up in the morning and start asking yourself questions about your business, all right? For example, let's just take a flower shop. How many flowers do you have on hand? I don't know. How many deliveries do you have today? I don't know. Where's the current delivery? I don't know. Of the last 20 customers, what's the average price point for each ticket? I don't know. When it comes to your production, which team members are more responsible for that? I don't know. So when we say no more I don't knows, we just want you to be able to know and access the data that can inform you to make better decisions about your business. That's it. There is a world where you can be a great leader and know everything about your business and make the best possible decisions. But in order to do that, you need to be informed, and we want to inform you. So Cosmic Crate was created by the team behind Dion Chicago Dream, which is a social enterprise in Chicago that ultimately was the foundation for creating the Cosmic Crate technology and company. And so in order to make sure that it worked, we had to make sure that we converted and moved over all of those delivery operations, all of that inventory, and all of those customer interactions into Cosmic Crate. And it has been a game changer. You're talking about week in and week out, countless amounts of hours that we save without having to manage all of the route creation and dispatching. But then also looking at all of the CRMs and our community health workers on that side, being able to connect all of those interactions and touch points. But then also having an inventory and supply chain process where everything is illuminated. We've seen Cosmic Crate save money, save time, and just illuminate and inform our side of the business. And as a result, so have the other early customers that we've had. It's simple. Who does not want to know more about a business that they did everything to start? That's it. That's all. It's about honoring that sacrifice. It's about honoring that legacy. It's about making sure that, we know that small and medium businesses are the backbone of this country. How do we make it so that they can continue to be what they need to be? Here I am on the other side of the world. And as a Rockefeller Fellow, I am sitting in the Rockefeller Center in Bellagio, Italy. And I'll never forget when I was challenged on my stretch goal and my sky goal. And that is where my wildest dreams about the potential impact for Cosmic Crate really was birthed. So when people ask me, what type of impact do I hope Cosmic Crate can have? There's no hope. I know that Cosmic Crate can be the foundation for USDA programs. I know that Cosmic Crate can and will be the foundation for connecting the entire food bank system to the players and the movers and the shakers on the ground, so that we can have a macro and a micro connectivity and understanding, so that we can make sure that everyone can say, no more I don't knows. I think for the next few years, I think the vision for Cosmic Crate is simple. There's a need out there, both at the individual organization and company level and at the enterprise level. How do we continue every day, day in and day out? How do we chip away to make sure that as people migrate over to Cosmic Crate, they can see that this is the new wave of not only doing business, not only the new wave of moving things, but it's a new way of connecting things. It's a new way of understanding that, hey, we can connect inventory, customer, and delivery in a way that will allow all of these businesses to have just a little bit more in the tank when it comes to being better. And every day for the rest of my life, I think that's what we're tasked with. We're tasked with making sure that we can not only meet the demand, but meet the moment. Because it's extremely important right now, as we look at the efficiency and the effectiveness of our supply chain, as we look at the efficiency and the effectiveness of our food system, and if we look at the efficacy and the efficiency of small and medium businesses, we just decided to give them a solution instead of another problem.